Hi, I'm June Umchinda. It's June, first name, last name Umchinda.
You don't have to, I don't think you're going to have to lean that close to the
Oh,
microphone.
okay.
We can let you know if we can't hear you.
All right, like that.
Where do you live, ma'am?
I'm in South Florida.
Do you know Charlie Adelson?
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. It was my alarm to come here, down here.
Is it silent now?
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Wait, let me just check if it's I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I don't want it to snooze. Okay.
It's okay. Did you have any contact with Donna Adelson during this time frame?
No.
Do you remember being on the balcony of the Icon where Mrs. Adelson lives, having a conversation with her about this case?
Briefly.
All right. And what was her demeanor? Do you know what I mean by that? How was she acting?
Yeah, I know what demeanor means, but she was, everyone was obviously upset about this, and it's, she wasn't happy, so.
She was stressed out, right?
Yeah, of course.
Did she have puffy eyes?
I don't remember.
Did she complain about not sleeping?
Possibly.
And did she make a statement to you about Dan Markel?
Yes, I believe so.
What was that statement?
Just that everything was awful, and it feels like, like it's, I don't know. I'm sure you have it there. So.
Do you know what it is?
I kind of briefly remember, but
Did she say that she feels like Dan's back from the grave, like haunting her?
I don't know, like, if they were those exact words. I think she was just so stressed out and upset that that's how it came out. So
let's go to the videotape of
Dad, did you hang out with Mom and Dad or the family after things broke and everything was weird? How was the family dynamic at that point afterwards?
I mean, I think the dad held it together, but the mom was a mess a lot. Like, when I saw her one night, she was up crying and her face was swollen, and Charlie says she has to be on like painkillers or medication because she's so stressed, and we had a talk outside, the mom and I, on the balcony, and she was just saying that this is all awful, and crying and saying, she said she feels like Dan's back from the grave, like haunting them or something.
Okay.
Why would Dan haunt them?
Yeah, I don't know. That did stand out to me. And she just said he was so awful to Wendy, and telling me all the stories about what they went through, what he did to Wendy, and
like what she said he did to Wendy.
Just about the kids, like talking bad about her, manipulating her, and controlling her, and something about the house they had, that he kind of flipped the money situation or tried to steal money from her or something like that. Charlie told me that story.
This is after he's dead. This is after he's been killed, and they're talking about Dan and saying how bad of a person he was.
Well, yeah, the mom was just saying that it was awful, and that like they weren't ever curious either, like who really killed him, or they weren't upset about it, it seemed like.
What about Wendy Adelson? Were you ever around her during the time that you were dating her brother?
yes.
Did she ever express any concern to you about the murder of her child's father?
I don't really remember too much of it.
Did the topic come up at all regarding
I think a topic about her being a single mother came up, and that's all I remember.
Did she make a comment to you that things were still hard for her even though Dan was gone?
Did she make a comment, you're asking?
Yes.
I think it was something along the lines of that, if I remember.
And did at some point Charlie Adelson tell you that he and Wendy were actually fighting about this case?
He mentioned that at some point in time.
And was Wendy not speaking to the defendant for some period of time because of something to do with this case?
I don't know like how long the time was, but I believe, yes, she wasn't speaking to him at one point.
And did you know what the thing having to do with this case was that caused them to not be speaking?
I have no idea.
Let's go to the videotape of
One, like Wendy, I was with her, and I think she was just saying it was tough being, having the kids to raise and stuff. And I don't know how it came up, but I said something like, since we knew Dan wasn't here anymore, someone mentioned it, or I can't remember exactly. But then she said, oh, but still, it's still hard and stuff. Like, even though he's gone, I guess. I don't know I can't remember exactly. I was trying not to, like, focus on it because I hate to be involved in it.
Right.
But it was kind of like saying, like, I don't know if Wendy even knew if Charlie did it, if they, like, I still don't know if Wendy was involved.
Well, what did she say? What did she say about her family being involved in it? What did she think?
I never got to really talk to her about that because I didn't see her as much. And when I did, she was with the kids a lot, so we didn't have a lot of one-on-one together.
What was her attitude toward her family like? Was she acting angry at them, like they might have done something, or was she like okay with them, or?
Her and Charlie, she would get mad at Charlie a lot, but Charlie would say, about the media and everything, the TV set and all that stuff. So they would fight, but I never knew the exact reason. But he would say it had to do with the case. Like, it was like...
That's why they were fighting?
Yeah, something. Like, she wouldn't talk to him for a little and stuff.
She wouldn't talk to him for a long time?
Not a long time. Like, just, I think, for a little bit. I don't know all the details, but one time he told me that Wendy was mad at him and would talk to him, and because she thought she was the only one going through it, and Charlie's like, well, I'm going through this too, and stuff. Thank you.
Please call your next witness, sir.
State calls Wendy Adelson.
I give you 2 claps and a Ric Flair.